Hey, Channel Islands Harbor. Welcome back to the Harbor Pod, your weekly update straight from our home.
Glad you're with us again. We're bringing you the most important news from our Channel Islands harbor.
Yep, we gather everything for you. It's your easy update from locals for locals. This week, we're doing a deep dive into the information stack. What happened between October 7th and today, October 13th, and maybe more importantly, what's coming up through October 21st.
Right, covering both the recent past and the week ahead.
We've got everything from anniversaries and concerts to, well, some pretty major ongoing work, infrastructure stuff.
Okay, so let's start with looking back just a bit. October 7th through the 13th, a big thing that wrapped up was Cal State Channel Islands CSUCI, their homecoming week.
Ah, yes, homecoming. That ran right through October 11th, didn't it?
It did. And what was cool, I think, was how they connected it back here to the harbor. The whole week officially finished up with a Sunset Harbor Night.
Oh, nice. Hosted by who?
The CSUCI Boating Center, right here at Channel Islands Harbor. It's a great way to get the students physically connected to the water. Dolphin pride meets the ocean.
Yeah, that makes sense. Grounding the campus spirit right here. And while the university was celebrating, there was another big milestone happening. The Channel Islands Yacht Club, CIYC, had their huge 65th anniversary dinner and dance. That was Saturday, October 11th.
65 years. That really speaks volumes, doesn't it? About the community and the history there.
Absolutely. Decades of history.
But it wasn't just the big formal bash. Earlier in the week, Friday the 10th, they had something else. A free Ventura British brass concert. And a potluck.
Oh, a concert and a potluck. That sounds like classic harbor community style.
Exactly. It shows that whole range, the formal celebrations and the really casual cultural get-togethers.
Okay, so that covers some of the social highlights from the past week. But underpinning all of this enjoyment, the boating, the events, is something much bigger and, frankly, constant.
Right, you're talking about the dredging.
Yeah, let's pivot to that. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, USI, their maintenance dredging project, it's back underway.
It resumed, early October. And this is absolutely critical work. Keeps the harbor open, keeps it safe. The goal here isn't small. They need to hit that initial target, which is already huge. 1.6 million cubic yards of sediment.
1.6 million?
And potentially, push that even higher.
Yeah.
Maybe between 2.2 and 2.5 million cubic yards total.
Wow. 2.5 million cubic yards. That's hard to even picture. Why so much? Is that typical?
Well, it's about long-term security. If we connect this to the bigger picture, moving that much volume now means we ensure reliable harbor access for years. If we don't do it, we risk serious navigation problems down the line, higher costs, insurance issues, maybe even impacts on property values if access becomes iffy.
Okay, so it's kind of like preventative medicine for the harbor's health. Doing the major work now avoids bigger crises later.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. It's insurance against future emergencies.
Now, this is a 24/7 operation, right? Running constantly until, what, February 2026?
That's the plan. 247 to get it done efficiently.
So how does that work with people living right there, especially near Silver Strand Beach where they're placing some of the equipment?
That's a key point. The dredging operation itself, the pumping, is continuous. But the really noisy stuff, the heavy equipment on Silver Strand Beach, bulldozers, loaders moving sand around, that's restricted.
Restricted how?
Only operates between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., so during daylight hours. That 12-hour overnight window is meant to minimize the worst of the noise disruption for residents.
Okay, that's important for people to know. The big machinery on the beach takes a break overnight, even if the pumping continues offshore. And the sand they're moving, what happens to it? I heard about beneficial reuse.
Yes. This is the really clever part. It's not just dumped somewhere useless. It gets hydraulically pumped, basically through a big pipe about a mile south.
A mile south to where?
Directly onto Hunamy Beach.
Ah, okay. And Hunamy Beach really needs that sand, right? It's known for erosion issues.
Absolutely. It's highly prone to erosion. So this provides really vital shoreline reinforcement for them, reduces their storm damage risk, makes the beach better for everyone. It's a win-win. Clears our harbor, builds their beach.
A great example of regional cooperation, really.
Definitely. Part of a larger sediment management strategy.
Now, still on the topic of coastal management, but maybe less noisy, there was an administrative milestone this past week too, wasn't there?
Yes, related to planning for the long haul. Beacon, that's the Beach Erosion Authority for Clean Oceans and Nourishment.
Right.
They were scheduled to hit a key step in developing their Regional Coastal Adaptation Monitoring Plan, RCAMP for short.
Okay, RKMP. What did they achieve this week? Task completion, I saw mentioned?
That's right. Task 2 completion was due October 13th. Basically, it means they finalized how they're going to monitor key things like sea level changes, where the shoreline actually is, how sand is moving along the coast. They've locked down the methods.
So it's not just paperwork, it's defining the actual measurement plan, how we track what's happening to our coast over time.
Precisely. And having that solid monitoring plan is foundational. You need that data. Without it, you can't accurately predict future problems, and crucially, you can't make a strong case for state and federal funding for future protection projects.
Got it. So this monitoring plan is like the essential first step to securing resources to adapt later on. Our future flood insurance policy, maybe.
That's a perfect analogy. It really is.
Okay, so we've covered the past week, celebrations, anniversaries, and the huge ongoing work of dredging and planning. Let's shift gears now. What's actually happening for the community in the next 7 days, say from tomorrow through Tuesday, October 21st?
All right, the calendar. The Channel Islands Yacht Club, CIYC, they're always a hub of activity midweek. This Wednesday, October 15th, they've got their regular Wednesday night dinner starting at 6:30 p.m. And earlier that day, the Islanders Board of Directors meeting is at 5:00 p.m. for those involved.
Okay, standard midweek stuff. What about Thursday?
Thursday, October 16th is Trivia Night. Always popular.
Ah, trivia. Good
Yeah.
fun. When does that start?
Kicks off at 6:30 p.m. And it's just, I think, $5 to play. Great way to socialize, test your brain.
Definitely. And Friday, end of the week wind down.
Yep, Friday the 17th has the usual lineup. Happy hours from 5 to 7 p.m. They do light bites from 6 to 7 p.m. And then karaoke night.
Karaoke. Love it or hate it, it gets people together. What time is that?
That runs from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So, yeah, a full evening option there.
Okay, moving into the weekend, Sunday, October 19th, what's on?
Couple options for Sunday. There's a public event, the Poseidon Paint and Pint class.
Paint and Pint, where's that?
At Poseidon Brewing Company, naturally. Starts at 2:00 p.m. Sounds like a relaxed, creative afternoon.
Art and beer can't go wrong. What else for Sunday?
If you prefer the yacht club vibe, the CIYC bar is open for their Sundays in the bar. That runs from noon all the way until 7:00 p.m., open to members and guests.
Right, a classic harbor hangout. Now there's one more event that sounds really different, closing out this upcoming period on Tuesday, October 21st.
Ah, yes, this one is unique. It's the Mind Travel. Love to Headphones silent piano concert.
Silent piano concert. How does that work?
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
There's a live pianist playing, but the music isn't amplified out loud. Instead, it's transmitted directly into wireless headphones that everyone in the audience wears.
Whoa. So you get this really personal, immersive concert experience, even though you're in a public space.
Exactly. You're sharing the space, but the music is just for you, right in your ears.
That sounds pretty amazing, actually. Where and when?
It's set for 6:00 p.m. on Tuesday, the 21st. And the location is perfect Olikoi Beach Park, right there on the grass.
Sunset time, on the grass, personal piano concert.
That sounds like a really special way to experience the harbor. Should be quite something, a very different kind of community event.
So, okay, let's try and unpack this a bit for folks listening. We've talked about this real duality this week, haven't we? These quiet community things, trivia, potlucks, even a silent concert, happening right alongside this massive, essential 24/7 dredging operation just offshore.
It really highlights the unique character of the harbor. You know, the Channel Islands Neighborhood Council often emphasizes this point. We're the 5th largest small craft recreational harbor in California. That comes with very specific needs, different from the rest of Oxnard.
Needs that include both vibrant social life and heavy-duty infrastructure maintenance.
Absolutely. You can't really have one without the other functioning well.
It's like, we celebrate CIYC's 65th anniversary, which is fantastic, but the ability for those members to actually use their boat safely depends entirely on that USAE dredge working constantly, day and night.
Mm-hmm. And if we connect this to the bigger picture again, that dredging, the sand going to Queneme, the beacon monitoring plan, that's the unglamorous, vital work that protects everyone's investment here, protects the coastline. It's easy to overlook when there's karaoke happening.
Right. It really makes you think. We see the community show up for the fun stuff, the art class, the trivia night, that beautiful silent concert on the beach, which is great. But that critical nonstop work, keeping the harbor physically open, that relies on heavy machinery and complex planning, running 24/7. So here's a thought to leave you with. Which side of harbor life do you think needs more sustained community focus and engagement to truly thrive long term? Is it nurturing the vibrant events calendar, or is it understanding and supporting the essential, often invisible maintenance work? Something to maybe mull over as you head down to Olakoi Beach Park next Tuesday, listening to that silent concert, or maybe noticing, beneath the music, the faint, constant hum of the work that keeps it all possible.